Well, in typical fashion, I just did a whole bunch of work and I didn't film any of it because I was just trying to get stuff done. So I took the entire fuel pump out and checked the filter and the screen, and I took out all the old fuel that's been sitting in this thing forever, and then I put it all back into the car and buttoned the car all up, and then I realized I left the damn float sitting on my workbench. So now I got to take it all apart again. So I guess good excuse for a video, because since I have to do it twice to go put this stupid thing back in, I might as well shoot it all for you guys.
Quick tips.
All right, so if you're gonna do fuel pump removal, it's underneath this thing, which isn't too tough to get out. I've taken a lot of the trim and stuff out of the inside of here, but you shouldn't have too much more to do if this is a non-track car. And first thing, is a couple of 10mm nuts on the sides here. These were just finger tight because they got these little protector caps on them. I took them off. And then these little catches here that go back to the top itself to extend it out. So you gotta take those off and then pop this over first. Gotta go to that on the other side. Take that and that, put them up there. Undo, and now we can take the entire carpet out. Oh, we gotta also take these out. These are just the drains, so water gets in here when the top's up. Don't want it pooling up in your trunk, so they drain down. You just kind of squeeze them and pull them up, and they'll pop out, and then you gotta fold them up. Gotta do this on both sides. There we go. And now my whole interior liner should come out. It's hung up a little bit here on the trunk mechanism, and it's kind of weird. You gotta squeeze it a little bit and pull it in a weird way. Once you kind of lift it up, it'll just come right out. No big deal. Let's yank this out. There we go. Carpet's out. Next thing we gotta do is uncover the fuel pump itself. So if you've never done this before, this will be slightly glued down. You can see where the glue was here. On mine, I peeled it back already so that the glue's not there. And then we need 7mm nut driver to take off all of these. So let me go grab that. And this will just lift right off. And now we can see our fuel pump. We got two plugs here for power and sensors, so you can just pop those off first. And then you might need a screwdriver to take some of these off. There's little pressure you push in on the line itself. You can see the yellow part, and if I push in on that, it'll pop right off. I just took these off, so they're pretty easy right now. And you're going to want to take off all of the lines. This is your high pressure line. So if you had fuel in the car and the system was pressurized, as soon as you take this off, it's going to start squirting everywhere. Mine's not right now. Definitely make sure that you have either something to catch that fuel in, or you depressurize the system first before you start doing this. I'm going to need two hands to take the rest of this stuff off, I think. Let's see. Get this one one-handed. These two are kind of a pain. Yeah, I'm gonna need two hands. So we'll come back in a second after I've taken those off. All right, so I somehow managed to lose all the footage of me actually removing the pump. You are gonna need this tool. You can get them on Amazon for 15 or 20 bucks. It is a removal tool for the fuel pump retainer ring. It's got a 1/2-inch drive in it. You click it in there and you wrench it out. There was an awesome clip of me doing that with a big breaker bar and a very loud pop, and everything was really cool, but I lost that video somehow. So here's a picture. Back to the video. Here's your fuel pump down here. That's the actual pump in the middle. The line's going up to your feed and the return. This is the float, tells your system how much gas is in it. And then I bet you there's a reserve, or maybe my other float, but it clips in up underneath here. So I'm gonna have to grab that. That's what I forgot to put in when I took it apart and was checking everything out. So gotta snap that in. All right, so you can see up underneath here, this is where that actual unit goes. So if I just kind of lay this on the ground lightly here and grab my little guy, just sucks in, rotates around, these little clips. There we go, now it's in. Now we're ready to reinstall. So we're ready to put this thing back in. You gotta kind of wiggle it back in so that you don't smash your float. So it's kind of hard to do while I'm holding the camera. There we go. Go in there. There. And then make sure you align it properly so that your hoses are pointing the right way, and make sure your ring's all the way on. And you got to at least get this one up here on the top started before you try to align it, because it just does not move out of the way. Rest of them will just fine. So, and then the other thing you'll notice is that this thing's on a spring load, so it's going to be sitting higher than what it was when you popped it off. So you got to get the plastic part aligned with that green gasket, and then you have to slowly push down on this side, on the left side of it, because that's where your springs are, until it kind of pops into place. And then you just rotate the ring just enough to get it to hold in place, and then you can tighten it down. Tool on, pop this back up, pop it back into place.
Quick tips.